going? Well, I'm not good at making videos and speaking. Matter of fact, I'm actually a better speaker if the camera's not on. It's like I get tongue-tied and I even feel weird when the camera's on and I'm doing a video. But, with all these shootings and, you know, they're going to pass new laws if they haven't already. Let's see, they're going against mental incompetence. And I just heard of this new one, it's even worse, the snitch bill, or I don't know what it's called. I'm sure it's got this big long number. I call it the snitch bill. That's basically what it is. That, like, if someone has a gun, you can call and snitch on them, and they take their guns. They can get a warrant and take your guns. I mean, all my life I was bitching about due process because I went through due process and it's not what they say it is. Now they're going to take due process completely away. And now people are going to be bitching, where's due process? And I'm like, well, due process wasn't what it was supposed to be back then, even when they called it due process. But now they're going to completely just take it away. Anybody can do it at any time. I mean, I could have a gun, and someone could call, and they could come and take it and arrest me. But wait a minute. Just because I have a gun doesn't make me a criminal. I mean, it's so absurd. It's freaking insanity. I mean, I don't know what to say, but let's just hit a couple of stories. The prisoner swap was last best chance. Oh wait, that ain't it. That was it. And complied with both the law and fundamental values of the military. Well, that's weird. I was reading some of the law the other day, and that's not what I read, that it complied with the law. It was actually the opposite. Of course, these people are liars. And, they don't even abide by the law that they set forth. But when it comes to, they just do what they want to do anyway, whether there's a law or not. And if there's a law, they try to change the law so that it works for what they want to accomplish, I mean, trading with the Enemy Act, I think there's like 100 laws that just the fact that Bush came out and said, we're not going to negotiate with terrorists, like 100 times he said that. And he also said, don't believe in crazy conspiracy theories. And most people know that, a high percentage of the conspiracy theories have been proven to be fact. And the rest of them, well, it's only a matter of time until they're proven to be fact. Okay then. Want to change. Well, that has to do with Obamacare. They want to try to make it better. I'm sorry to laugh, but it's like trying to make something corrupt lawful. It's like hypocrisy, like an oxymoron. Like, what did I hear today? Oh, friendly fire. Friendly fire? There's such a thing as friendly fire? Okay. Woman wrongly arrested twice. You think with this technology, not even with this technology, just back in the day, they'd actually be able to do their job and do it correctly, but nah. Now, what was the other story? lies and bull crap. That's why I don't even look at this stuff. It's half of it's crap. Oh, none of the above. There it is. That's what I wanted to do. Is on the ballot is like have none of the above. Actually, I want to go as far as putting abolish the government, but see, I don't even pay attention to this stuff, and I don't even understand how it works. And when I do understand how it works, they just change it anyway. But they're saying they must receive 30% of the vote. And I thought it was up here. I thought they were saying there was 8 candidates. Yeah, 8. There's 8 of them. So 100% divided by 8. Well, that's like 12.5, isn't it? I mean, if you equally divided the votes among the people that are going up for election, 8 men, and it's equally divided, would they ever receive 30% of the vote? That doesn't even make any sense. I mean, I thought it was the person that got the highest percentage of the vote. So none of them can get on the ballot. They can't change. Politicians will just keep the same one. I don't know. I don't care either. Myself, I think the government's so corrupt, it needs to be abolished. It's like, we need to get it out, get rid of it. And just to say, this was an article of like 2 or 3 days ago. I think it was 3 now. But, okay, let's go over to Mad Max. The first story. I got this hit because this was the first time I heard of this Slender Man, and it's a fictional character. And I'm like, man, I bet you we're gonna keep hearing it. And then I heard this story, and they were blaming the Slender Man, fictional character again. I'm like, man, this is gonna become big, and I think it is gonna become even bigger than what it is. And I didn't even know the shooting that happened yesterday or whatever day, one day ago, that I didn't know until I watched his video that they were referring to the Slender Man. Again, that's 3. So there's something to do with the Slender Man. I don't know what. Maybe it's just the Illuminati secret, little script they have going. I don't, only secret people will know what it means. But I don't know. I just know that I get hits on certain things, and when I first heard this, I was like, the Slender Man, there's something behind the Slender Man. And now all these like shootings, that's what they're relating this to, is the Slender Man. What was that other? Oh, Eric Cantor to resign as House Majority Leader. Well, whoop-de-doo. That's not going to get rid of the corporation. Oh, no. I forgot one big story. What's the time? There's one other big story that I wanted to hit. And I can't put it up there because there's copyright issues. It has their money, MSM money. If you look at the bottom, it says you can't redistribute it or whatnot. But New York City to pay protesters $583K, which I still don't understand why they relate K to 1,000, whatever. But the full title was NYC, New York City settles with 14 Occupy protesters for $583,000. Now, first of all, I don't know where to start to begin and end with this, because it just irritates me to no end. Because we pay for the corruption. We pay for the police to beat down and be corrupt, we pay for that. The city. Who pays for the city? Well, that comes out of your city tax, your state tax, your federal tax. We all pay for it. And then, instead of doing something about the corruption, we have settlements. So we get money. So it doesn't address the issue. Nothing gets solved if we just take money. But then again, who's paying for it? We, the people, pay for this settlement. So we pay for the police to do the corruption. Then we pay for the pain and suffering. And then we pay again because none of the corruption gets addressed. Nothing changes. Okay, now let's take one of the last lines in this article. I wish I could show it to you, but I can't redistribute it. So I'm going to read this last statement. In the latest settlement, the individual protesters are receiving $5,000 to $20,000 apiece. And their lawyers, $333,000 for fees and costs, the attorney said. That's crazy on its own. I remember back in the day when lawyers only received a percentage, and a small percentage at that, like 10%. Well, that's actually was high back in the day. I think it was like 3 to 5. But everything changes and becomes more corrupt. And, well, if you take the high end of that, 20,000, and if they're talking about the 14 protesters, then that's 20 times 14, which is $280,000. So the lawyers received more than the people that were paid out. Or you could take the 583 minus the 333 and come up with 250,000 that the protesters got. And the lawyers got the $333,000. And who paid for that? We, the people, pay the New York City. They don't have their own money. It comes from the people. It comes from their own protesters. It comes from their own police, their own corruption. Arrgh! Okay, how much more time do I have? 2 more minutes. And I wanted to refresh this page because I just figured out why this 14 is there. Where did it say it? Somewhere it tells me, oh, right there. 14 new headlines. 2 minutes, huh? Is there a new shooting? Wait, I should have called it. Cantor. God, I can go through this so quick because most of it's crap. That might be something, but since I only have 2 minutes, wait. Fight rages over whiskey. None of the below above. That's not a new story. I just read that one. Europe's taxis protest Uber. Or, I don't even know how to say that. Berber. Well, what happened to the, what was it, 11 they said? Oh, I don't read none of that crap. And money, it's all corrupt. It's all lies. It's all propaganda bull crap. It's just the redistribution of wealth. That's almost what the government is all about, is the redistribution of wealth. That's almost what it comes down to. The big picture. I don't know why